Understanding to help honor your loved ones with dignity and respect, trust both Glendy Nilsson and Olson Funeral Homes. 2 funeral homes, 1 common mission in Fergus Falls.
Now time for the announcements for the record. Heard weekday mornings at 8:40, evenings 5:15, Saturday 7:50, and Sunday mornings at 10:25. Also read them at KBRFradio.com. Starts for the record is made possible by the generous support of the Glendy Nelson Funeral Home and Cremation Services and Olson Funeral Home and Cremation. 2 funeral homes, 1 common mission in Fergus Falls. Arnold Thor Peters passed away September 16th at Park Gardens Assisted Living. Memorial service will be held at 11 o'clock on Saturday, November 9th at the Glendy Nelson Funeral Home with visitation starting at 10. Glendy Nelson Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Arnold Thor Peters. Donna M. Johnson, 87, Fergus Falls, passed away on September 16th at Pioneer Care. Funeral service will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at Augustana Lutheran Church. Visitation starts at 10. Olson Funeral Home and Cremation is in charge of the arrangements for Donna Johnson. Linda Fulkin, 76, Elbow Lake, passed away on August 22nd at St. Cloud Hospital. Memorial service will be held 11 o'clock today at United Lutheran Church in Elbow Lake. Visitation starts at 10. Erickson Smith Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Linda Fulkin. And those are the announcements for the record. Heard weekday mornings at 8:40, evenings 5:15, Saturdays 7:50, and Sunday mornings at 10:30. You can always read them at KBRFradio.com.
Camper Steve from Steve's Pest Control.
I was invited to come to a branding seminar that you are actually putting on, and just something inside of me told me I need to go check this out. I always rely on my gut instinct. If I got a strong gut instinct, then I usually act on it because it's usually right. Yeah, when I met you and listened to your seminar and all the stuff you were saying, it made perfect sense. And even though I didn't think I could afford it, I had that gut feeling telling me I got to do it.
Steve grew his company from 1 old Chevy Camaro and a spray can to 93 beautiful trucks. That's the amazing power of a strong, recognized local brand. What kind of empire do you want to build? Learn how at Brand Camp.
Brand Camp is coming to Fergus Falls at the Bigwood Event Center Wednesday, October 30th. Learn about Brandsformation, a proven marketing system. No obligation or cost to attend.
Brand Camp, where businesses build their brand.
Brand Camp is Wednesday, October 30th from 8:30 to noon at the Bigwood Event Center. Register today at layton.media.
Fall is a busy time for many families. School, after-school activities, and so much more. But don't let your packed schedule get in the way of your family's health. September is Suicide Prevention Month, a perfect time to pause and reflect on your family's needs. Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help. Visit lmhc.org with services available in Alexandria, Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, Moorhead, Parkers Prairie, and Perham. LMHC is here today to help for a better tomorrow.
The Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs, together with the Minnesota Department of Military Affairs, reinvest individual contributions of $30 when motorists buy a Support Our Troops license plate at any Minnesota Driver and Vehicle Services Deputy Registrar location. Purchasing a Support Our Troops license plate is a way to show your support daily while driving your vehicle and contribute funds to help support our troops and their families. Please purchase a Support Our Troops license plate to show your support for those who serve.
Remember that amazing video you shot for your business last year? What are you using it for now? At Layton Engage, we can help you reach your potential customers through streaming TV, utilizing your video. We can help you create content or maximize your investment you already made and help drive real results. No wasted effort, just effective marketing.
Layton Engage. Find your focus.
Get in touch today and make sense of digital marketing.
News Talk 1250 AM, KBRF Fergus Falls. Depend on it.
News Talk 1250 KBRF now presents The Coaches Show with Craig Olson. Brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Quality Toyota, LB Homes, American Federal Bank, American Legion, the Minnesota Motor Company, and by the Arneson Agency. Here's KBRF Sports Director Craig Olson.
And winter on News Talk 1250 KBRF and on our KBRF YouTube channel. And we're welcoming you to the program this morning. And we're going to start with just going through the football scores from last night for you, get you up to date. 21-14 Otter win on homecoming night. Wow, what a win that was. We'll talk with Chris Grabowska in a few minutes about that. West Central area won their homecoming game 24-0 over Kirkhoven Murdoch Sunberg. Hancock knocked off Ashby Brandon Evansville 52-20. It was Hillcrest rallying for a couple of fourth quarter scores to beat Underwood 38-32. Otter Tail Central won a shootout with Rothsay 34-28. Breckenridge rolled over Pine River Bacchus 58-22. Little Falls posted a 35-13 win over Perham last night. Pelican Rapids went up to Crookston and brought back a 59-12 win over the Pirates. Barnesville continues their great start, beating Holly 46-21. Morris area Chicago, Alberta knocked off DGF 34-32. And it was Border West over Ortonville 54-6 last night. Parker's Prairie also rolling over Wadena Deer Creek 53-0. We have football today. Spartans are in action at home against Vermilion. 3 o'clock, Bob Roars will have the call on Channel 977 FM at AM 1020. And the Bison play today, 1 o'clock kickoff over on Real Rock Z103. And then tomorrow the Vikings play at noon against Houston, also on Real Rock Z103. Busy weekend of football. And again, we'll talk with Chris Grabowski about that Otter win coming up in a few minutes. But Nikki Weldy's going to join us to talk Otter cross country. Great week for the Otters this past week at Rocori, and their home meet coming up this coming Thursday. We'll hit that with Nikki after this time out. You're listening to our Saturday Morning Coaches Show on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Portions of today's program may be pre-recorded.
Student athletes have their eyes on the ball, making game plans, scoring points, breaking records. At American Federal in Fergus Falls, we know you have goals too. Whether it's buying farmland, business expansion, home ownership, or planning for retirement. Our trusted advisor, Dustin Morris, will help you find the best solutions and make the right calls. Make a winning appointment with an American Federal banker in Fergus Falls today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Quality Toyota is proud to salute the achievements of each quality player. It takes teamwork to compete, and the Quality Player Award recognizes the extra effort by an individual in each athletic contest. Quality Toyota commends the hard work, dedication, and quality efforts of these outstanding youth. That attitude will help each quality player as they go forward. Congratulations to each of the quality players from Quality Toyota on West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Hi, my name is Lori from LB Homes in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. We are growing our talented and dedicated team of LPNs, CNAs, and RNs, and we want to hear from you. Join our team and make a difference in the lives of our residents every day. To explore or apply, visit lbhomes.org/careers or call Heather at 218-998-1400. LB Homes, caring for you wherever you call home.
Up to 12 months free hosting and maintenance when you start a new website project at Leighton Engage. Is your website grabbing attention or getting lost in the crowd? At Leighton Engage, we create websites that don't just look good, they work hard.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
Welcome back to our Coaches Show Saturday morning as Nikki Weldy is with us talking Otter Cross Country, and it's John Hermey's Invitational coming up this week, but the Otters are at Rocori on Thursday. Okay, let's see. 2 weeks ago you were at Detroit Lakes where you have some hills. Last week was Little Falls where it's all flat. So what was the course like at Rocori? Which was it kind of between those two?
A little bit, just a little bit. It's a really flat, fast course, winds back and forth, but there's to the finish, at least 400 meters, there's a climb. So it's kind of fun to see that. More fun to watch maybe than to run when you're at the end of your race, but that's also when you kind of get that little shot of adrenaline. You're getting close to the finish line, horse to stable syndrome, you know, so they don't notice it quite as much, but they have to do that once in the middle too. So it's a really good example of it's right in the middle of the two that we did before.
Well, it didn't seem to faze Cassie Wellman at all, the different courses. She's had a great run for you, no pun intended, but throughout the season. She won this individual race, and Cassie seems to adapt to whatever the course is. Yeah,
she does. It doesn't matter, and her times have been outstanding all the way through. You know, and then added to that, it was hopefully our last hot meet. It was so hot, and humid, and they finished. And I do have to say, I think our kids are really handling it well. They stayed on their feet at the finish line. That's always encouraging. It's become such a thing, trying to help kids up and nope, stay on your feet. Let's get you sitting up or whatever. And our girls just handled it all with grace with that heat and everything. And yeah, Cassie got done. She had almost a minute on the whole field. Just kind of fun to. One of our parents who has her in cross country skiing and everything too, said at the finish line, "Turn around, look." And, there's nobody there. It's just kind of fun to be that. Sole runner. Yeah. But she ran a sub 19 minute, and she'd pulled away so early and running by herself, but she's just so driven. The look on her face, it doesn't matter if there's somebody there or not, she's running that race.
So you would think, or I would think, if she starts fast like that and builds the gap, maybe she doesn't have enough at the end to finish, but that isn't the case.
Not the case. No, she's coming, like I said, I think every time she comes in, she's come in the season so strong and just getting stronger.
Yeah. And you mentioned in your report to me for my website article that Cassie's probably reevaluating her season goals based on the way it's gone this year. So what do you think realistically is something that could happen for her this year?
I'm a person who doesn't ever like to say, oh, yeah, you look at state and everything, but, she really needs to look at, shooting for that top 5. She's just, staying just so steady. It's not like she's run a time that was a fluke. She's just consistently done it. And like I said, so much more time to drop. We don't know where she's going to be there. And just getting her some good competition, some good races here is going to be important going into that.
I look at where you finished as a team, and you were 7th in the team with 142 points. But you were 16 points out of second place.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was very competitive there, but that's not a big gap for you to make up. You could have been second, pretty easily.
Yeah, well, if we had everybody, there, right. It would have been a huge, difference that way. Everybody who ran in our top 5 had excellent races and everything, but we have, if we had one more mix in there, and again, it's not just Cassie that has room to go. It's right. People are coming on. Henry Grenigal is an example. His races. This is kind of his time of the season every year. This is when we see Henry coming on, and some of these kids just eat up this training and need their team, and to do that. So
yeah, Henry was second on the individual competition on the boys' side.
Yes.
And more on that in a minute. Your girls, Carson Will, and we've talked with Jamie about this too, and Carson's playing tennis and running for the cross-country team. And she was your second runner the other day.
Yeah, she was. And she is new to cross-country, not track, but cross-country, and had an, like I said before, I think, outstanding track season, and realized she really liked, working with these girls. We have a really amazing team of girls, and just ate that up, and then wanted to do cross country also. And wow, to balance that, her and Allie Bradenberg both, they are so busy with tennis, because tennis packs a lot into a short time, and then they end, and then we'll be at moving towards our postseason when they finish, and so it does work out really nice. But boy, Carson came in and she's kind of that quiet at the starting line, peaceful, and kind of figuring things out, and just had an outstanding race. She's aggressive during her race too, and you can't rule her out of anything.
And you're talking about girls with the room to drop times and get better as the year goes on. You've got 3 that contributed to your scoring the other day with Savannah Lee and Julia Anderson and Olivia Swanson, who you're pretty excited about where they're at and what they could do the rest of the way.
Oh, absolutely. Savannah's running stronger than she ever has, before. And you could see it at the finish line. Like I said, we had the heat and everything, and they all were, nobody was feeling really great, but they were handling it really well. And I just think that shows, that strength. And Savannah just was real, reflective at the end of her race, and had run an outstanding time too. And same with, Julia and Olivia. And Julia Anderson is, the same thing. We haven't even seen what she's going to do yet. And and Olivia Swanson being new to cross country, kind of like Carson. It's different than track, but yet similar things. So they're figuring out this course stuff.
Great varsity finish for the girls. And your JV and junior high runners, did you have a good group of girls competing there at Rocori?
Yes, yeah. Our numbers are kind of back. We've had some little nagging things, and even next week we'll get a few more back. Just a few, not a couple, that are kind of we're out on. And but really, really good results. Natalie Gerner leading our junior high girls. She's been really consistent there, doing a really nice job. Olivia Budke and the JV, and we had Lydia Ugarud, who has been last 2 meets has been running with our varsity, sure in that spot as a young runner, and coming in and going from the middle school races and as an 8th grader to the 5K, 2 miles to a 5K is a big difference, and it's intimidating. We get some kids who are a little nervous to go into that freshman year, but she's an athlete that we've kind of been waiting to see her run there. Yeah.
And Hannah Scharnberg was a part of the team also on Thursdays.
Yep. And again, just at the finish line, very strong and had a great race, great day. And she's a senior who's been there for our team. She's there all. I just think of. There's certain athletes that when they're seniors, you just reflect back on all the years and the training and the picking up off the ground and all those things. But she's one of those athletes that we're going to really miss next year. But enjoying working with her this year.
Well, the Otter boys won the team competition by 21 points over the runner-up team Wayzata. And when you look at it and you see 4 guys in the top 11, I guess that explains why they won it. I mean, that's pretty good to get 4 guys in the top 11 scorers.
It is, and they've been running. We've talked in the past about that pack running and how it's really worked for them, and they're fighting for those spots too. And they're competitive with each other on where they're going to finish, and it's a great thing. It's not like they're mad at each other or anything. I mean, they're in the end, it's whoever's got it and whoever takes it out, and so I never know who's going to be our guy at the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's been really exciting.
No, there's some mutual respect there. They're teammates and they're pushing each other, and hey, you're making me better, and I'm going to try to get you and make you continue to get better. And it's fun to see that. And you mentioned Henry with his 2nd overall finish, but Jaden Miller was 6th, Logan Bradenberg was 10th, Michael Schmidt was 11th. So those are the top 4, and then Matthew Toole was 22nd. So now a 5er in the top 22, which is outstanding. But my question is, are these guys all kind of similar styles in running, or are they all are they different? Is one a fast starter and one a fast finisher?
The bulk of the time they're going out pretty consistently. They're talking about where they want to be at that mile, and they're kind of sticking together and going in that way, and then racing from where they're at, and seeing who has what and who's having the great day. And in the end, there's a couple meets where it has to happen on the same, a few meets where it has to happen for everybody on the same day, you hope. And they're just getting everything they need now.
As far as the 6 and 7 runners on the varsity, the other day, Brody Nelson was 30th, Micah Mosier was 34th. Do they have those spots locked up pretty much, Nikki, or is there some outside force, that's kind of pushing for that spot?
Yeah, well, I mean, those 2 are running outstanding seasons, and again, with all these guys just putting in the miles and their training is just so spot on. And then, with Sam Rasmussen, now that JV is really pushing too, and he's had amazing races and is going to be right there. I just think there's competition all the way through for those boys.
Okay.
And positive competition. So yeah.
Well, unlike most sports, you only get one chance to shine at home here, and this week.
Yes, it is. We get one big one.
So tell us about what the fans need to know about Thursday's event as far as starting time and the spectator opportunities for the races.
Yep. So we have a youth race. We're at Pebble Lake Golf Course, which is just a beautiful spot, and we always pick up a few golfers from the area when they come and see it. They're like, "Oh, you have a great golf." We get lots of good compliments for Fergus, but. We'll start at 3:45 with our youth race, and that's open to anybody. We have a youth cross-country program, but that race is open to any kids that show up and want to run. We'll throw a number on them and get them a race. So, and then we start with our junior high races and our and then our varsity races at the end, and so it goes until about 6 o'clock with varying times. And the beach is a good parking area because you can come right up onto the. I think it's the 10th.
10th tee box.
Yep. And so, that you can just pop right up in there. But we find I never see it because I'm in the middle of the meet. But I guess that a lot of times there's cars out all the way to the highway. So
sure. Yeah. Outstanding. So that's
it's a beautiful
Thursday.
Day. Yes. Yeah. Rain or shine, it's beautiful out there.
You got an honorary starter this year?
We have got, and one of our state, one of our track and field officials in the area, Rita is going to be there. And she is, she's awesome. We just love Rita. So she's from Detroit Lakes area, and she's coming in. She's our official starter. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. Very good, Nikki.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thanks.
coming in.
yeah, thank you for having us.
Nikki Weldy talking Otter cross country as we get the coaches show rolling. Otter football coming up next after this time out on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Line up with America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Nelson Auto can help you enjoy your time out on the road. Check out our starting lineup at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Student athletes have their eyes on the ball, making game plans, scoring points, breaking records. At American Federal in Fergus Falls, we know you have goals too. Whether it's buying farmland, business expansion, home ownership, or planning for retirement. Our trusted advisor, Dustin Morris, will help you find the best solutions and make the right calls. Make a winning appointment with an American Federal banker in Fergus Falls today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Quality Toyota is proud to salute the achievements of each quality player. It takes teamwork to compete, and the Quality Player Award recognizes the extra effort by an individual in each athletic contest. Quality Toyota commends the hard work, dedication, and quality efforts of these outstanding youth. That attitude will help each quality player as they go forward. Congratulations to each of the quality players from Quality Toyota on West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I'm the housing manager at Sheridan House in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. If you're 55 or older and looking for a quiet and comfortable apartment with underground parking, meals available for purchase, a flexible month-to-month lease, plus $500 off your first month's rent, give me a call at 218-998-7404 or go to lbhomes.org/Sheridan. I'd love to show you around and see if Sheridan House is right for you.
Up to 12 months free hosting and maintenance on your new website. People are searching for your products and services online right now. Are you showing up? At Leighton Engage, we make websites that tell your story and drive results.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
Back to the coaches show Saturday morning. We're talking Otter sports, and Chris Grabowski is here, the head coach of the Otter football team, 4-0 Otter football team, I should say. After last night beating East Grand Forks 21-14, never in doubt.
Yeah.
Wow, what a game. That was our streaming debut, too, the Otter football game, homecoming game last night on our KBRF YouTube channel. And the fans that tuned in got to see a pretty exciting game and an amazing finish. But before we get to the finish, let's go back to the start, Chris. And East Grand got on the board first.
Yep.
And, you know, you had that great punt. I had it as a 62-yard punt with a pretty good roll by Levi King to pin him back inside the 15. And the last thing you want to do is have them answer with a 85 or whatever it was yard touchdown run. But it can happen so quickly. I thought, oh, good, they're pinning him back, and then all of a sudden they're in the end zone.
Right. Yeah. You know, that they put the. I think they had one big play on that drive and just scored on a jet sweep, and we were just kind of out of position, weren't lined up right, so it's just kind of a mental error on our part. Credit to East Grand Forks, they're a good team, and I think maybe one of the toughest teams we've faced all year. Their defense was good, our defense was good, and you know, we were just fortunately we were able to put up a few more points than they did last night. So credit to our kids for being resilient and overcoming some mistakes and getting the game won for us.
Yeah, you knew you were in for a battle. They were 3-0 coming in also, so 2 undefeateds going at it on your homecoming night. And what a beautiful night. Was that just a perfect football night?
Yeah, we've had good weather all year, and thankfully it cooled off a little bit. You know, it's been hot about a week and a half, 2 weeks there, and yeah, last night was just perfect football weather.
You turned them over a few times. Parker Tilke had a big interception that put you in good field position to get the actual go-ahead touchdown before halftime, and then a couple other interceptions and a fumble recovery. You turned it over a couple of times too,
yes.
but overall you took advantage of the forced turnovers that you had.
Yes, you know, we talked about that. That was a focus we had this week, and we haven't had any interceptions up until this game, and we kind of got them into some passing situations. We knew if we could do that, we'd have some chances, and we took advantage of those. On the other side of the ball, we want to clean up our mistakes and not turn the ball over. But yeah, really impressive that we won the turnover battle.
So how would you describe your secondary play as far as are they an aggressive group back there in the secondary? Do they like to jump the route and make something happen, or how do you coach that part of the game?
I think a lot of it's preparation. Watching some film study, knowing what routes they're going to run, game situation type stuff, mixing our coverages, and you pair that with, we have some good athletes back there and they're able to make plays. I just credit them for being prepared, and that's how they're able to get those turnovers.
You do have some really good athletes, skilled players that make plays, and that's fun to have. And on that first touchdown drive, Levi King made a nice catch, took the ball down. I thought he was going to get in the end zone. He got stopped just short of the goal line, and then Henry got the touchdown. But I got to give a shout out to Melissa Babolian, who sends me pictures for the website. Yep. She's got some great ones she sent me, including a catch by Levi going up and getting that ball. But what a great receiver Levi has become, and your passing game, he's not the only one. You've got a number of guys that can go up and get it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we could throw it to anybody across the board. We got 4 receivers sets most of the time, and we have confidence in that each one of them to haul in the pass. And last night we passed when we needed to, I feel like, and we kind of stuck with the run because we felt like that was working, and they took some things away in our passing game, and credit to our O-line for adjusting and opening up some running lanes for us as well.
Boy, when you have an experienced offensive line like you do, it's maybe easier to adjust in game, isn't it? These guys, they speak your language right now. They've been around the program and know what you're doing offensively.
Yeah, they do. I mean, second-year starters for a lot of them, and they put in the work and the time. We've talked about that before, and they do really understand their assignments and executions at a high level, I would say, and they really stepped up last night. East Grand Forks, we knew coming into the game, they're a blitz-happy team, and they're able to handle that, whereas a year ago, that might have been really tough for us, but they've really grown and come a long ways, and they're able to adjust and stick with the game plan.
Well, and like you said, you ran the ball well last night. Henry had 3 rushing touchdowns, 52 yards and 40 yards, and then the 2-yard touchdown run. And you have a quarterback like that who moves around like he does. It can be hard sometimes to stay with him as an offensive lineman and put the block where you need to put it. And where's Henry? How am I going to spring him here?
Right. Yeah, he's just able to read those blocks, and he just makes plays on that one long touchdown run, I think, going towards the school. I'm like, I rewatched that play several times. I'm like, how did he score? That's just a credit to the type of athlete he is, and he had the initial blocking up front, and then he's just able to make plays when he gets out in space. And I just, as an offensive play caller, it's really easy when you have a player like him. They took a lot of our run-pass options and pass plays away, and I'm like, well, fine, we're just going to run Henry tonight, and that's what we did, and got the job done.
Jason Retzloff on his call of the game said Henry should have been down 4 or 5 times on that run,
I mean, yeah, not many high school players can do what he did on that play.
Yeah, exciting to see that turn into points for you. Just to share a few stats, you mentioned the variety of receivers you have, and Levi King 5 catches, 57 yards. Isaiah Holmes 3 for 68 yards. Jack Ratz 2 for 15. Alex Ellison 1 for 17. Caleb Froning caught one out of the backfield for a 12-yard gain. And there's a lot of options there. And somebody's going to be open. I mean, how do you cover all those guys?
Yeah, and that goes down to our kids understanding the offense. Henry, he's as great as an athlete he is, he's really smart too.
Yep.
He understands what the defense is trying to do, and he takes what the defense gives them. Yeah, and you're right, you can't cover 5 receivers every time, and so somebody's bound to be open, and Henry does a great job of being patient and getting the ball to where it needs to go.
And as the game went on last night, like you mentioned, your offensive line did a great job giving him time to get through his progressions and find that open receiver, because you can have 2 guys open out there, but if you don't have time to look for them, it doesn't matter.
Right, yeah, O-line, like I mentioned earlier, they blitz a lot. And I know we gave up one sack, and the O-line's going to be really ticked off this week that happened. That's our first sack given up all year.
Wow.
So it was bound to happen, but I guarantee you they're going to be more mad about that and they're going to get back to work and try to not make that happen again.
Tell us about the play calling, the way you do it, because Henry comes over to the sidelines every play, between every play, and you're in with him conversing about the next play. Some coaches send in a wide receiver, they alternate, bring in plays, whatever. Talk about that communication between you and Henry as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, originally we started off and we were signaling in plays, and I think Henry just he comes over, and it's kind of nice to kind of converse and just talk about what to look for on each play sometimes, and sometimes it's just like, well, Henry, what do you see? And then we call a play, and sometimes it's like, what do I see? And then we call the play. So it's a great kind of two-way communication. I really appreciate that. He's a student of the game, and we just try to attack what they're giving us and where they might be weak.
So you're ahead 21-14, and you've got the ball, and you're trying to run out the clock and maybe get a little insurance score if it works out that way, but you're more worried about getting that clock down and just getting away with your homecoming win. And then the fumble and the return to the 35-yard line or so, and it's all of a sudden first down East Grand from your 35 with a couple minutes to go in the game, and the outcome in doubt now. But your defense, you were bending but not breaking, I guess. They got inside the 5-yard line, and just you made the big play when you needed to make the big play.
Yeah, we on that fumble, I believe it was 2nd and short, and then we just got to have better game awareness, situational awareness, and I know the run wasn't there. We just got to be able to go down and not give them the ball back and live to play another play. That's something we'll work on moving forward, and just practicing those types of situations. And yeah, we wanted to run the clock out. If we score, great. If not, get that clock to 0, right, and get out of there with the win. Unfortunately, we had to rely on our defense and credit our defense. They came up big and ultimately won the game for us. So it was fun to, as much as I would not like to be in that situation, it was fun to see a D lineman get an interception. So
that was, I think, for fans, it was kind of hard to see exactly what happened there. But Jack Ratz actually blocked the pass, and just happened that Isaac Mock was in the right place at the right time and caught the ball.
He did, and that's every lineman's dream, right? To catch the ball, and he'll remember that one for a long time, I bet.
Yeah. Well, there's, it's so great for the defense to make that stand and make that play, and what a confidence builder, too, Yeah, they're down near the goal line, guys, but we got to find a way to stop them. Something's got to happen here.
Yeah, they did, and they dug in, and we had the phrase cowboy up, and they really did that. Was it 4th down? I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was 4th down, yep.
Yeah. There's game on the line, and that's a confidence of a great team, and they just made a play when we needed it, and that's great to see.
Well, they score on that play and go for 2 and win the game. You got a whole different feeling right now with this team. So.
Yeah, they score. I guarantee you they're going for 2.
Right.
I mean, I would have.
Yeah.
Especially on the road, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And on homecoming night for the other team, we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
But that was a great finish for the Otters, and a 4-0 start. And now you go to Perham, taking on the Yellow Jacket team that seems to be having a down year, but boy, you never look past Perham.
No, as I understand, this is another long-standing rivalry with Fergus Falls, and you just never know what can happen in those kind of games, and we just got to go to work and clean up some of our mistakes, and each week that's kind of our we preach to the kids, never overlook anybody. And Perham's no different, and their quarterback, he can make plays. We got to be ready, and just got to be disciplined and go in and take care of our assignments and do our jobs, and just play it like it's any other game.
Do the Yellow Jackets lean more to the run or the pass, or is it kind of a mix?
Well, I think it's a mix, but definitely they pass a lot more.
Yeah.
I think that's just, maybe it's because of what they have offense. They have a good receiver, they have a good quarterback, and maybe it's a product of, the games have been in. They've been behind a little bit. They're trying to catch up. So, yeah, we got to be ready. They're definitely a good team, and we can't overlook them at all.
In retrospect, looking back at the week, the homecoming week, how was the focus? How did everything kind of go during the week of practice?
Well, I think we had a great week of practice. Our focus is really good. I really liked our preparation, and they came to work every day in practice. Friday, it was a different cat, though. You got Ironman volleyball, powder puff football, all the, and then the parade. The kids they're doing stuff all day long, and it's different than what they're kind of used to, going to class and kind of sitting and relaxing a little bit, moving around a little bit. And our kids on Friday were just go, 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 go. And I don't know if that's, affected us a little bit in the game, but I think it did. But we rose up and overcame a lot of challenges. So credit to our kids. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, it just seemed like it took a little while to get into it and get going, but once you did, then the third quarter especially, you kind of asserted yourselves, and turned it around. So
yeah, halftime adjustments and kind of just talked through, hey, we got it. They're not going away. We got to get it going here, and they came out and did a nice job in the second half.
Great win, Coach. 21-14. Hopefully you came out of it okay health-wise. Any updates there?
Yeah, nothing injury-wise. So first time I think maybe all year. So that was good.
You bet.
It's a very physical gauntlet type of schedule. Those first four games we had. Every team is a ground and pound, get after you type of team, and so good to come out of there healthy.
You're in a good place after that.
Yes.
4-0 for sure. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chris Grabowska, head coach of the Otter football team, 21-14 winners over East Grand Forks on homecoming night. We'll take time out. More to come on our Coaches Show here on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
It's finally tailgating season. There's nothing better than pulling into a lot on a crisp fall day with your clean truck, grill, and cooler full of snacks.
Do you know what would make it even better? Pulling up in the truck I've been dreaming about from Minnesota Motor Company.
Hey, right now they have their tailgating sales event where all pre-owned trucks are on sale and come with tailgating gear like grills and coolers.
A sale price truck and a free grill?
Yep, just contact their awesome sales team for details. So, are you going to pick me up on the way to the game?
Of course.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Visit the Arneson Agency at their new location, 120 East Lincoln, Fergus Falls.
Quality Toyota is proud to salute the achievements of each quality player. It takes teamwork to compete, and the Quality Player Award recognizes the extra effort by an individual in each athletic contest. Quality Toyota commends the hard work, dedication, and quality efforts of these outstanding youth. That attitude will help each quality player as they go forward. Congratulations to each of the quality players from Quality Toyota on West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Up to 12 months free hosting and maintenance when you start a new website project at Leighton Engage. Is your website grabbing attention or getting lost in the crowd? At Leighton Engage, we create websites that don't just look good, they work hard.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
2 left.
All right, we're back. We're talking Otter Girls Swimming and Diving, and we have Rachel Cox in the studio with us. And big day today, Rachel. Otter Invite.
Yeah, heading there right after I leave.
I'm sure you are, because it gets rolling, 11 with the diving?
Yep, our divers, they'll start warming up at 9:30, so we'll be welcoming teams pretty soon, and then the diving finals will be at 11, and the swimming will start at 1.
All right, so tell us about the diving, first of all. How many divers are you using today?
Well, we got 3 divers, and then we have an 8th grade diver kind of making her debut, so she'll be exhibitioning. She'll have 3 dives. Coach Jarvie is out of town this weekend, so I've been doing my best to kind of keep things together. Mike Hartwell's been coming back to the pool to help a little bit with the divers while she's gone. So I'm doing my best, but the divers are very aware that Coach Cox doesn't know a lot about diving.
Nice to have Mike Hartwell to kind of lean on, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
He knows a little about diving,
yes.
I would say. Yeah, okay, so that's today, and fans certainly are welcome. Always a great concession stand at the pool.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes, and we're doing a Check a Duck fundraiser in the middle of the swimming, so hoping to raise some funds for the mental health space at KSS that they have this year.
So what are your goals at the Otter Invite? I know there was a time it was the first meet of the year practically, and that was like times were not where they need to be. Are there records that you're shooting for the Otter Invite, or are the times, the placement of this meet is a little different than it has been over the years? So it might not be a realistic goal to set meet records in an event like this. I don't know what the strategy is today.
Yeah, I mean, the invite is always fun. It's a slightly different lineup where you would normally have like your JV heat and then your varsity heat. A lot of those JV heats are like shortened versions. So we have 100 IM and then the 200 IM and 50 back and 100 back. So a little bit of an opportunity to try some different things. It's especially great for those young and developing swimmers to get in there with some of those shorter races. It's another look at some of those 50s in the stroke, like in 50 back, 50 breast, which you don't really get to see a lot, but that helps kind of determine those times for the medley relay, like who's coming in with some fast 50 times. So yeah, it's fun to get a different look at the swimmers as well. But it's also it's a fun meet. There's a lot of great camaraderie between our team and the other teams that are coming, and it's fun. It's a break from the grind of the duels where we've really been closely matched up with a lot of the teams we've been swimming. So this is a chance to just kind of get in there, swim a little bit more relaxed, a little looser. So I think we'll have fun today.
Awesome. And yeah, the duels, you've had some great battles against some really good teams. Central Lakes Conference gives you tremendous competition night in, night out. And Sauk Rapids Rice got you 97-89. Again, so close.
Yes.
It's coming down toward the end. The last events are so important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it was really similar to our meet against Rocori. It came down to the end. It just didn't go our way this time. And our girls really did come in about where I thought they would. It's just Sauk Rapids. They had some surprise finishes that I wasn't quite prepared for. So we did our best. The girls, it's been a long couple of weeks, and the colds start coming up, and we're swimming just a little flat. But I mean, overall, our times were great. We just Sauk Rapids just had a little more this week.
Right. You got 2 relay wins, though. The 200 and the 400 free relays were victorious for you. Do you like the way your relays are coming together?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some really fast freestylers this year. We have so many seniors, so these girls have been swimming together for so long. They just really, they know how to, like diving over each other. They know what to expect on the walls. They know what their teammates coming in, what that's going to look like, how to time those relay transitions. So that's really helpful. Coach Jensen and I were saying at the end of that meet, like, we have kind of stopped watching that 400 free relay, our A lineup, because they're so far out in front. We're like, oh, we know we got that. Now we got to watch the B to see if we're going to get that second or third spot. So we had some great splits in that 400 free relay. Very impressive.
Well, that's good to know, too, and you have some options there, which is exciting.
Yes.
Now, Estee Versteeg was a double winner for you individually and also a part of both those relay teams. I think you could put her, we have put her in the 500 free, the 50 free, all the freestyle relays.
Yeah.
If it's a freestyle, she can do it, right?
She can do anything. Today, watch her, she'll be in breaststroke.
Oh, yeah, see? Unreal. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she's an amazing swimmer. And she's just got such a mind for the sport, and she loves to look at the lineups with me. She like I've told you before, she knows everything about every team that we're going up against. So she's fun to work with. She's fun to talk to in between. Like she's quite the strategist.
She might be your assistant coach someday.
I hope so. I'd take her.
I'm sure you would. Yeah. Ace Oppie.
Yeah.
Won the 100 fly.
Yes, that was great. I wasn't sure where that fly was going to shake out. Sauk Rapids I thought someone who was going to come in really close to a minute, so I was like, we'll be lucky to get maybe a 2 or 3 in that. So when she pulled out that first place finish, I was pretty impressed.
Well, and you had some runner-up finishes too.
Yes.
Alexis Wellman, and in diving, Zamara Jacobson. Yeah.
Yeah, Xiomara, an 8th grader. That was her overall highest points finish, career best, and then to come in second place, that was amazing. Alexis Wellman in the 500, she hasn't swam that for a while. I mean, that was kind of her go-to event for a few years. So I said, I need you to come in around 6 minutes if you think you got that in you, and she came in at a 6:02. It was exactly what we wanted. It was a great finish.
And Ella Kopinski, although she's really young, she's still doing great things for you.
Absolutely. Another 8th grader.
Yeah.
We have a really strong 8th grade class. Those swimmers are amazing, and divers as well.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. You got them for a while
Exactly.
here.
Yep.
Yeah, and is, back to today for a minute, is today a day where you get a lot of young swimmers kind of into the action with the event you were talking about, the 50, and where they may not normally be on a opportunity in a varsity situation or a JV situation even?
Yeah, so we're also going to be introducing a few new swimmers that have been working with Andrew Kowalski, our middle school coach. So this is their first competition, and it's great because they can try it a little bit more low-stakes race, not quite so much exertion.
Okay. Well, we mentioned the winners and the second-place finishers from the Sauk Rapids Rice meet the other night. Are there some swimmers that didn't finish 1-2 where you have seen great progress, the strides that they're making early in the season that you're saying, oh man, this girl is on target to, or even ahead of the pace we thought she would be on in this event?
In Sauk Rapids, I put Hannah Fear in the 100 fly. She swam it in the past. We're still, trying to find a little bit more depth in that race, and she looked amazing there. So that was a great one. Bryn Pausch, she's another 8th grader who's kind of coming on strong in the breaststroke. So I'd like to build up, the backstroke, the breaststroke, the fly, especially with as many seniors as we're going to have graduating this year.
Right.
We need to look to those younger swimmers to fill in on those roles.
How about the 200 medley relay? We've talked about the freestyle relays. You were runner-up in that event against Sauk Rapids Rice, but are the pieces kind of in place there, or are you still kind of
We
putting
are
it
just
together?
mixing and matching.
Yeah.
We're putting up an entirely new lineup for that medley today.
Okay.
So the girls are a little nervous. They're like, what is this? I'm like, let's just see. Let's see what we got. So totally different lineup for the medley today. We're going to see what happens.
What event right now, what stroke right now is, I don't want to say the weakest, but the one that needs more work or more development or maybe some tweaking? Where are you trying to improve the most as far as the strokes go?
Well, right now I'd say in our backstroke and in our breaststroke, and not so much that it's weak, it's just we got to build up some more depth. So, we've got Carly, who's always strong in the breaststroke. Hannah Fear's been really strong in the backstroke. Aisling's been on the backstroke for so many years.
Yes.
So, you lose one, but you got to build that, build those bench seats back up. So we're trying to build there. So that would be nice if we could just develop some of those young swimmers to take lead in those strokes.
Is it uncommon to have a swimmer switch strokes as far as their main events once they get to varsity? Or do you still see that possibility where, hey, I've been a freestyler my whole life, but we're so deep there, I'm kind of down 3rd or 4th, and I want to swim and contribute somewhere else. I want to try a new stroke. Does that happen at the varsity level?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, we've got Estee coming into the breaststroke today. Estee is a really strong breaststroker. It's just we've often needed her in those freestyle events. So it does happen where someone's been swimming like 500 free for a few seasons, like, hey, can I try the backstroke? I'm thinking like Leanna Jepson a few years ago, tried backstroke towards the end of her junior year and senior year and was a top contender there too. So it just happens, the interest shift and the needs in the roster shift, and the girls always step up to those challenges.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so today's the outer invite. You're also home on Thursday, but we're getting toward that point where we're going to be saying, hey, there's only one more home duel left because the season goes so fast.
Yep, we've got Tech this week on Thursday. It's going to be another really close one, similar to Rocori and Sauk Rapids. And then we got 2 more home meets. We've got Perham on October 1st and then Apollo on the 22nd.
All right. And Perham, we're going to have that on our live stream too, and on the radio. So looking forward to that on October 1st.
Yes.
At 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Right. All right. So today, again, diving starts at 11.
And swimming at 1.
Swimming at 1. at the Kennedy Secondary School pool, the Otter Invitational. Who are the teams that are coming today?
Oh, we got Morris, Minnewaska, Thief River Falls, and Perham.
All right. Sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Rachel.
Thank you.
Rachel Cox, head Otter swim and dive coach, joining us on our program this morning, and we will return with more conversation with Otter coaches on the other side of the break here on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls has a fantastic starting lineup with America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Nelson Auto can help you enjoy your time out on the road. Check out our starting lineup at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, Ref! That's simple human sense.
Visit the Arneson Agency at their new location, 120 East Lincoln, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
The tailgating sales event is going on now at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. All their pre-owned trucks are at the lowest prices of the year and come with tailgating gear like coolers, grills, and more. So if you're looking for a new truck to bring to your tailgates this year, contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for more information. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Are you struggling with Google Ads? SEM, PPC, CTR? It's like a second language. Google says you can do it yourself, but should you? That's where we come in. At Leighton Engage, we have a dedicated team whose job is search engine marketing. Leighton Engage manages your Google Ads, letting you focus on what you do best.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
Get in touch today and make sense of digital marketing.
Becker County. Your news leader is News Talk 1250 AM KBRF Fergus Falls. Depend on it.
Welcome back to our Saturday morning coaches show. Hey, there's football today. Spartans play at 3. They've got Vermilion in town. Bob Roars will be over there with the play-by-play on channel 977 FM and AM 1020 at 3 today. And the Bison play tomorrow at 1 on Real Rock Z103, and the Vikings play at noon Sunday on Real Rock Z103. So big football weekend on our Leighton media stations. Right now we're turning our attention to tennis. Jamie Lill is here to talk Otter girls tennis. This will be the final week of the regular season coming up. It's a busy one. But before we get to that, this week, homecoming week, you know, schedule-wise, it probably couldn't have worked out any better. You've had some grueling schedule weeks and some tremendously tough matches. This week, kind of like a breather.
It was our chillest week of the year for sure. We had a match Tuesday and a match Thursday, and that was it. And one of them was home. So, yeah, we'll absolutely take that schedule for sure, especially with all the chaos of homecoming and the excitement for the kids. So it was a good week for us.
Well, and you beat Rocori 6-1, and then you beat Sauk Rapids Rice 6-1. Were you able to do some things, different things with your lineup, Jamie, or how did you approach this week lineup-wise?
We threw out what I call, we've got different lineups we can go to, but our overall, where I think we can win at 7 different spots, we threw that one out at Rocori and had great success that day. Highlighting matches were at the top there. Ruby fell the first set, came back, had a great second set and forced the third set and ended up winning that 10-8 in the third, so that was a huge win for her. And one doubles was pretty tight. The rest of the matches, we just kind of did our business there. But we did try something different on Thursday because my lineups for all of postseason are due this weekend. So we have to have thought through everything by now, honestly. So we did throw in another doubles team. We gave Allie Bradenberg a shot in the doubles lineup with Dylan Lill, and it went very well for them. They've got a 6-2, 6-2 win. And it's just wanting to see some of these matches, these duos that we practice, get to play with each other in a match. And it's the first time Allie's been on the doubles side of the lineup for us this year, and she did a great job. So that was good to see.
Yeah, and wow, lineups due this weekend, and playoffs start not this week, but the next week.
Tuesday, October 1st.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why they're due so early, Craig. I got a problem with this,
I'm thinking,
but yeah.
But I'm also thinking, well, this season, maybe more than any season, you probably pretty much have that A lineup in your head, right?
Well, we do. We our first 9 matches, we went with the same lineup because it was really
Right.
working and really clicking. But we also knew that when we see certain teams, we need to beef up the doubles or beef up the singles and try different things. And it feels like we just don't have enough time to get to the matches because you don't want to try something tricky on a match that you're not super confident that you've got the win. You don't want to blow a match or something. So it's just tricky to get it all in there the way you want it. But we do what we can.
Yeah. So can you give us a little preview of what that lineup's going to look like in the opening round of the playoffs?
It depends who we play.
What does that look like? Who does it look like you're going to line up against?
As of right now, we are looking to be the 2nd seed, but a lot of that can shake out differently this week with play. And Bemidji is owning the 1 seed, but if Brainerd upset them this week, we could end up with a bye too. So we could end up being that top seed because we're right there with everybody. So it's really tricky to know. If we learned anything last year, being the 3 seed and hosting the 6 seed, it's that we are not going to not expect anything because Moorhead came in and sent us home early last year, and we're really preparing not to let that happen again this year. But we're expecting to see a Moorhead or a DL who we've had great success against this year.
Okay. Well, time will tell. And this week, what's your approach this week? You've got 4 matches on 3 different days, and they're all the way from home. How do you approach that as far as what you want to evaluate on the court this week?
So the sticky thing there is my lineups are due prior to all these matches, which 3 of them are going to be just absolute dogfights. So it's going to be great tennis for us. Monday in Wilmer, we're going to try to just give the girls as much of a break as we can. We've seen Wilmer. We got them 7-0. They're very inexperienced. So we're expecting to go and do great things there, and we need to take care of business, but we can breathe a little bit on that one. But then Tuesday we see St. Cloud Tech, and Tech got us 4-3 in a very, very tight match. And I think we're going to take a little bit of a different approach because they swept singles and we swept doubles. So we know we need to do a little beefing of our singles lineup. So we might see some girls in singles this week that haven't really played a lot of singles. We might be changing up what our 1 doubles looks like and getting some of our other top girls in the singles side of things. And then we would take a different approach with Alec on Thursday, who Alec we kind of took care of the top of the lineup and they took care of the bottom of the lineup, so we might make some changes there too. So lots of decisions to be made.
And in Alec, you've actually got 2 matches that day.
We do. Because of a rain out earlier this year, Perham is joining us for a triangular, which is awesome. Perham is an undefeated team, ranked 3 in state, I think, in single A. So there'll be a great contest for us. They're not in our section or our conference, so we can change our lineup just to go out there and have a great day and see some different things. The unfortunate thing is we didn't see them in August as planned, so we didn't get to try those different lineups that day. But it'll be tight tennis all around Tuesday and Thursday for sure.
Well, it'll be interesting. Good way to finish the regular season with some stiff competition. You want that. And the other thing you want with the playoffs looming is positive momentum going in. So there is an extra emphasis there, too. You don't want to go in with a 3-match losing streak, you know?
Absolutely. And so things we're thinking about right now is we've been having a recent success and we're taking care of what we should. But some of our girls are stressing about just the way the season is going, and we've got girls who haven't lost yet, and I feel they're feeling the pressure of that, and we don't want undue pressure on anything. I kind of wish we had lost some of these girls earlier in the season, and also just the weight of school being here, all the chaos and everything is kind of coming to our girls. So I'm hoping we can relax and just have some fun again and not feel too much pressure, because we've got a great group of girls, and we've got 16 girls who all make our team better every day, and who have all jumped in that lineup at any given time. So we know we've got depth to rely on when we need it, and hopefully we can rest the girls who need the rest and have a good mindset heading into the postseason.
Has there been one girl or 2 girls this fall, Jamie, that have kind of really surprised you or impressed you with how far they have come competitively?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to start with Allie Bradenberg. Allie Bradenberg played a handful of varsity matches in the past, and she just jumped into right number 3. She's bypassed number 4 singles, jumped into 3, and she's had a great season there. I think she's somewhere along the 13-5-ish record, but she's doing a great job there. She is a diehard competitor, And if there's like, somebody who dives on the court, it's Allie. So she kind of came as a real pleasant surprise for me, the way that she was jumping up the ladder the way she did. Layla Zozo came in. She put so much work in this summer, and her serve has improved, and her forehand has improved, and just the way she goes out there and battles every day for us. And she's been put in a really tough role. So an important thing that we talk about sometimes as a team, and for sure with Layla, is 2 singles is a very tough job. So her record isn't undefeated, but she's out there doing the work so that we can put other people in positions that they're successful as well. Because if we lose somebody at the top of our lineup, we're pumping everybody up to where they're not as comfortable. So Layla and Allie definitely put in the work this summer.
Okay. 4 matches this week. When you're done with that on Thursday, what's the approach between Thursday and Tuesday as far as working with your individuals in preparation for that postseason? How do you tweak things, or how much do you try to tweak things?
Well, I think what happens this week will give us a tell, because we'll already know what our 3 optional lineups are. So we'll continue to work with what those are. But I can already tell you Friday's just going to be a little bit more relaxed and a fun practice. There's going to be pizza involved. I know that. The things that are important to the girls. I know there's going to be snacks. And just try to enjoy where we're at and look forward and just really think through it as a team, because our team has the ability to take some big steps that we haven't so far. And if we don't, it's not because we've failed. We're in the midst of, I think, when I look at the south half of the section too, there's 5 really top teams, and we're one of those teams. So just to be there is great for us, considering where we've been in the past. But it would also be super exciting if we were the one that took that next step, took that leap.
Well, and you've got the girls, I think, who have the competitive makeup to do that, to make that happen, and who want it.
I think we absolutely do, Craig.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, talking to Nikki earlier, we were talking about Allie and Carson and their participation on the cross-country team as well as tennis. I know Carson went to cross-country on Thursday when you had to meet. As a mom and a coach, too, you know, but, you know, as a mom, you got to be pretty proud. You see her go to cross-country and be the second-order finisher and finish in the, top 20, top 12, whatever it was. How about that?
It has been very fun. It's fun to see. I got to sneak over and see both Allie and Carson run in DL a few weeks ago, and it's great to see that clump of girls, the Fergus Falls girls. And I'm still learning how cross country works. That is not my jam. And so this week I did drive separate from the team in case varsity was done. I could catch Carson. I missed the end of her race, and I texted her, "Good job." And I said, "You run like your mom." And she said, "If I ran like my mom, I'd still be running." So
good one, Carson.
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her, but she does put me in my place. But it has been pretty exciting to see them with the balance. Like this morning, Carson's like, we both have practice at 9 o'clock this morning. And I said, well, we're trying about a bunch of doubles teams today that involve you, so I think you need to be at tennis today. Yep. But she'll run later today and get it all in.
Sure.
So they're both juggling that very well.
Wow. You know, it's hard enough to be in one sport in the fall, right? Or in any season, but to be able to do it with 2 sports is amazing.
For sure. But we've been trying for 14 years to wear Carson out, and so this is our best attempt yet.
There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of energy.
There is.
Yeah, that's
there
one
is.
thing. These girls bring a lot of energy, don't they? I mean, up and down your lineup.
They do, and they are hard workers.
Yeah, outstanding. Well, Jamie, have a great week leading into the playoffs. We'll look forward to getting all that seeding results and seeing how the Otters match up.
Yes. We are in control of some of our destiny here, so let's go do it.
I'd love to see you get that first round bye.
Oh, come on. Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Jamie will talk on Otter girls tennis, and we're going to come back with more. Already top of the hour. Man, that goes fast, but there's more to come here. We're going to be talking girls soccer and volleyball yet in the next half hour here on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Portions of today's program may be pre-recorded.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your forecast from the KBRF Weather Center. Daytime highs approaching 70 today under mainly clear skies, northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows level off around 44. Sunny skies tomorrow, highs around 66. Temps near average Monday and Tuesday with highs from the upper 60s to the low 70s. Currently, it's 61 degrees.
It's finally tailgating season. There's nothing better than pulling into a lot on a crisp fall day with your clean truck, grill, and cooler full of snacks.
Do you know what would make it even better? Pulling up in the truck I've been dreaming about from Minnesota Motor Company.
Hey, right now they have their tailgating sales event where all pre-owned trucks are on sale and come with tailgating gear like grills and coolers.
A sale price truck and a free grill?
Yep, just contact their awesome sales team for details. So, are you going to pick me up on the way to the game?
Of course.
The Fergus Falls Concert Association is celebrating 86 years of bringing outstanding music to this area. Memberships are now on sale for this season's 6 concert series. Plus, your membership extends beyond Fergus Falls. Enjoy concerts in Wadena, Sauk Center, and Alexandria at no extra cost. New this year, your membership card gives you discounts on concert nights at several local restaurants, including Don Pablo's, Mabel Murphy's, Socials Bar and Grill, and Union Avenue Bar and Eatery. Thanks to the generous support of these Fergus Falls Concert Association sponsors: Quality Toyota, Buyer Body and Towing, Nickel Moe and Ellig, Minnesota Motor Company, Olson Funeral and Cremation, and Glendy Nilsson Funeral and Cremation Services, Service Food, Otter Tail Power Company, Kreckelberg Law Firm, and Pioneer Care. Season tickets are on sale now at Victor Lundine's or through your neighborhood ticket seller. Inspire a lifelong love of music in your family with the Fergus Falls Concert Association.
You probably know Leighton Media as the company that's rocked the radio waves for over 60 years. But did you know that we put the same passion and energy into helping businesses with digital marketing? Leighton Engage works with you to implement strategic, targeted digital marketing campaigns with regular check-ins, clear expectations, and results that make sense.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
Get in touch today and make sense of digital marketing.
From the lakes to the plains to anywhere in the world, KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app. News Talk 1250 AM KBRF, Fergus Falls.
Welcome back. It's our Saturday morning coaches show, talking Otter volleyball right now. Sabrina Noon is in to visit with us about her volleyball team. And wow, what a week. A couple of Central Lakes Conference volleyball matches, 5-setter against Sartell with the Sabres winning 15-13 in the 5th set, and then a 3-1 loss at Sauk Rapids on Thursday. Let's go back to Tuesday, though. You were at the Roosevelt Gym.
We were, yes.
It was like one of the hottest days of the year.
I know. I must have pre-looked in the schedule to see the hottest day, and I picked that gym with no air conditioning.
Yeah. So how did you handle that, first of all?
My girls were drinking a lot of water. I am normally freezing at any time of coaching, and I was in a t-shirt that night. So it was nice for me. I actually enjoyed it, but my girls not so much. The refs were really good. Before the game had started, they had said, we might give the girls some water breaks before you call a timeout if we're feeling that they're getting overheated. So they were watching out for it. We were watching out for it. With the way we had our lineup, we had ample breaks for our girls here and there. So they were able to get those waters. We didn't have girls on the floor constantly all the time to where they weren't able to replenish their fluids. So that part was nice, and that I think helped. We got a few different lineups in that helped give girls breaks as well. So that also helped with managing the heat.
And then you have all these matches that are close, and you scored. You had to go to overtime in 2 of the matches.
Yeah.
26-24 start for you, which was a great way to start. Those are tough sets to lose, and yet Sartell bounced back with 25-20, 25-23. But again, a lot of points being scored.
There was. It was a really fun night in the gym. Our girls were really zoned in and making some good decisions with the balls, and our passing was great that night. So we were able to run our offense, and we kind of had we started a different rotation a little bit, and we're liking the way it looks right now. We're still working out some tweaks if we get in little binds. But we still have some options. So that was kind of fun to see. And it flowed nice. So that was one of the biggest things that we're looking for is consistency on the floor. And I feel at this point, the rotation that we just kind of settled in the last game or so is giving a little bit more consistency.
Encouraging thing had to be that fourth set, though, when you are down 2-1, and then you pull out a 26-24 in the fourth set. You know, how satisfying was that to see your girls be that resilient and battle to the end like that?
It was great. You know, one of the things that we have kind of struggled with in the season is finishing and knowing that we can do it. And Tuesday night, they had it. I mean, they were not giving up. They were fighting for every point that they were throwing at us. And so that part was exciting. And then to actually win it was very confidence boosting. I mean, I know overall the night we took a loss, but I was telling, you know, a few people, I would rather lose in a game like that where we give it our all and it's like good rallies than lose in, you know, without an effort or without a lot of rallies in the whole set. So that part was really fun. And then we started out our fifth set ahead.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like, oh my gosh, we're going to win this. And we have to get used to the winning concept.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're overcoming right now.
Yeah, 15-13 the final in that fifth set. That's a tough one. But defensively, a lot of long rallies in this match, obviously, with all the scoring that was going on. You kept the ball alive. Have you seen a lot of strides defensively as far as being able to keep a point alive?
Yes. Our girls do a good job on handling the hard balls. It's more of the balls that get thrown at us sporadically with like a tip and a roll and reading it and anticipating it more. And I feel like they're starting to incorporate that more, and that's more part of the mental game is just analyzing what they're doing on the side of the court. The play doesn't always end on our side. It's basically, you know, getting ready for the next play, but it's watching their every movement on the other side of the court. And so I feel like we're starting to zone in on that a little bit more, and we're really working on our blocking and making sure that we're making it work for us and not against us. And so that's something that we're still really working on as well.
I know in basketball we talk a lot about double-doubles, you know, points and rebounds or points and assists.
Yeah.
In volleyball, in a 5-set match, there are some double-doubles. And I looked at this, and it's you've got such good contributions throughout your lineup. I mean, Brooke Zierden, 16 kills, 24 digs. Bella Anderson, 11 kills, 10 digs. Bryn Sternberg, 10 digs, 9 kills. Just missed that double-double thing there. But a lot of kids just stepping up and making it happen in a lot of different areas. And you have players who are really contributing all around your rotation.
They are. One of the things that's so fun about this year is that we have our setters that game did a really good job of dispersing the ball to different zones, and which really benefits, gets our hitters open because the blockers on the other side are like, which hitter are they going to? They have a lot of options right now, and that's our main goal is to keep that momentum of keeping them guessing and getting more open shots than what we're used to getting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fun.
And you have Aubrey Day and Kendall Hansen doing your setting for you.
Yes,
so they're getting more familiar with the hitters also and what their strengths are.
Yep. One of the things that, you know, we're trying to find a balance right now. We're really working on different routes, you know, in the volleyball world, and that's where my hitters can go and run different sets out of different rotations. And sometimes we're still learning when to go with the strongest point to making it different. So right now we're trying to differentiate when it's needed to be different and when it's needed to be our best shot. So those are things that we're still working on, and that the more we play in that rotation, I think the better it's going to be.
And you also did a pretty good job on the serving line, it looks like. You had a lot of girls serving up aces, 3 from Bryn, 2 from Hannah Johnson, a couple from Danny Funkhauser. Looks like the serving game is making progress. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, the serving game, you know, on average, we're averaging at least 5 aces a game for the most part. So our servers are tough. They were, in our Sartell game, they were really pushing them back against line, and those are really hard to pass if you're up in the court more. So our girls did a good job of keeping them pressed back on those, because those are easy ones to miss as well. If you're pushing them back, it's, serving out, but they were serving at them, so they were making them pass, which kept them out of system as well, because they couldn't always get a pass up to their setter, which worked in our benefit as well.
Yeah. How about serve receive? Are you pleased with what's happening there?
The serve receive on Tuesday was amazing. We average, when we look at our serve receive, the rating system is a 1, 2, or 3. If you pass the ball to a setter and it's a 3 pass, that means your setter has 3 options to set, which is what we want. A 2 pass is basically, you're getting your setter off, but she still has 2 options that she can at least go to. And then a 1 set is basically, we just got to get this ball up and hopefully get a hittable ball off of it. Tuesday night, we were, all of my passers, which was awesome, were passing 2 and above. And that is huge for our offense. And that's something that we had kind of struggled with in a couple previous games. And so even in our Thursday game against Sauk Rapids, the majority of the girls were still passing 2 and above. A couple were, high ones, which, we hope to be above that as well. But that is getting better as we're progressing in our season.
In that Sauk Rapids Rice match, you won the first set again. Good start off the bus, right? That's not easy to come off the bus and get a win in that first set, and you beat them 25-23, and it must have felt pretty good after that performance.
It did. I think it shocked our girls, to be honest. I mean, we're in our homecoming week, and our girls are exhausted. There are so many activities, from coronation to powder puff to all the activities that the wonderful homecoming week brings, but it is extremely tiring for our girls. So to have an away game on Thursday, which, that's part of our schedule, to playing a very tough Sauk Rapids team. They're always very tough. They have a middle that can hit very well across the board on the net, and she's super tall. She's got a great block. So anyways, when we got that point, I think our girls looked over, and I think the shock in their faces was like, we did it. And I'm like, yeah, you did. And so, and then the second and third set, we lost a little bit of that aggressiveness. They found their block. Sauk Rapids definitely found their block. I mean, they had some big, tall girls, and we got blocked a few times, and then we kind of got complacent with just trying to get the ball over, because avoiding their block, but then it set them up for more success with their hitters. So we just got to find ways to hit around their blocks in those situations, and find the open spots to, even if we don't get a kill off of our hits and we're not able to hit the ball hard, our goal is to place the ball where they struggle, to get them out of system, to set us up for a better shot the next time. And we lost that part of our game in Sauk Rapids, but they still fought hard. They were fighting for every point that they were in, and it was not lack of effort. It was more mentally tired and physically tired, but it did not go without effort, for sure.
Well, this week you've got 2 more matches, 2 more conference matches, right?
Yeah.
Brainerd and
Wilmer. Yep. So we're home on Tuesday against Brainerd, and then we travel to Wilmer on Thursday. Really excited for those games.
Yeah.
I'm very confident that Wilmer's going to see a different team than they saw at the beginning of the season. Wilmer's really tough. They're always going to be really tough. They have a setter that is
D1.
Yes. Amazing. And she can do a lot with the ball. So we just have to incorporate that into our practices on when she's in the front row, when she can dump. Because when she dumps, she is a big threat. I mean, she gets a lot of kills for their team because she's so good with the ball that she's hard to track. So that's going to be our big focus next week, is we really want to shut down that setter.
All right. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
She's tough.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Sabrina Noon, the head coach of the Otter volleyball team. Hey, it's Hall of Fame induction day today, too, at Kennedy Secondary Auditorium tonight. Erica Magnuson and Terry Rasmussen and Nathan Linscheid and Robin Gretchen Bigwood all being welcomed to the District 544 Hall of Fame. And if you can get over there, I think 5:30, get in on the celebration for them, and congratulations to all the inductees. One more interview. We got Ben Juergens waiting in the wings talking Otter girls soccer after this timeout on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What makes Fergus Falls unique? It's the obscure places, the hidden gems, the remarkable people.
UnveiledLocal.com.
We exist to unveil the best of the Fergus Falls community to you. We're Unveiled Local, a new website dedicated to revealing all the awesome in our community.
UnveiledLocal.com.
Dive into the narratives that make Fergus Falls incredible.
UnveiledLocal.com.
Discover the threads that connect our community together.
UnveiledLocal.com.
The tailgating sales event is going on now at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. All their pre-owned trucks are at the lowest prices of the year and come with tailgating gear like coolers, grills, and more. So if you're looking for a new truck to bring to your tailgates this year, contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for more information. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Visit the Arneson Agency at their new location, 120 East Lincoln, Fergus Falls.
Napa know-how! This is Adam Gable, your local Napa Auto Parts store owner. If you are thinking of putting your summer equipment away, make sure to pick up a battery maintainer. Napa has them on sale for as low as $29.99. Now is a great time to replace your small engine battery. Napa has lithium small engine batteries, and you get a $25 Visa gift card with purchase. Find these and other great deals at one of our Central Minnesota Napa Auto Part locations, or visit us online at mynapacentral.com.
Napa know-how! Up to 12 months free hosting and free maintenance with your new website. At Leighton Engage, we want to help you show up in a big way with eye-catching design and seamless functionality. We make websites that tell your story and drive results. People are searching for your products and services online right now. Are you showing up? Contact us today for up to 12 months free hosting and free maintenance on your new website. Limited time only.
Leighton Engage. Find your focus.
Welcome back. I'm not real good with technology stuff, but I think I found what I need to do. But hey, Ben Juergens is here, head coach of the Otter girls soccer team. How many years you been doing this now, Ben?
A lot.
Yeah, you've been there a while.
Yeah,
now.
I think 10 or 11 or something.
Okay.
For the girls' side and 10 on the boys' side. So.
Well, I do remember at one time you were going to do some broadcasting of soccer for us, and then this girls' job opened up, and you said, I'm going to coach.
Right. Yep, that is.
Well, it's in your blood.
It was a while ago, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've coached hockey and soccer. What else?
Golf.
Well, yeah, golf. Lives golf most of the year.
Yeah.
So. Well, we're talking girls soccer, and you had a really nice win on Tuesday against Apollo. Anytime you travel to St. Cloud, you know you're going to get a battle, right, from Tech or Apollo. But your girls came out and really performed well. How satisfying was that win at this point of the season?
Yeah, that was a win that everybody needed, to be quite honest. We were in a streak of losing there, and everybody felt it, from the players to the coaches. And Apollo was a game that we all believed we could get. And to be honest, as a coach, I was a little tight prior to that game, just because you want it so bad for your team, and even regular season games can fluctuate, as far as your focus. And I was a little tight, and that's where when you have great assistant coaches, like Paul and Amber and Hannah, you can rely on them. But we went to Apollo, and we played well. Our first half was a little shaky, to be quite honest, but our second half we played real well, and we're able to get out of there with a 3-2 win.
Talk about the first goal you got on the board, just a minute into the game.
Yeah, Shea Katzenmeyer was able to push the ball up to Edie Helgeson, and Edie does such a nice job on any type of a breakaway. And to be quite honest, Aubrey Nelson is also starting to do a nice job on her breakaways too. So our two forwards are starting to really come into their own as far as getting it behind the defense and then being able to run full speed, controlling the ball. I mean, that's being chased.
Yeah.
And both of them are getting that one last little touch on the ball, forcing the goalkeeper to make a move, and then as soon as that goalkeeper makes the move, they're sliding it into the corner that she's not covering. So Edie did an amazing job to get us on the board 1-0 right away, and sometimes when you score early like that, you think, well, this might be a game where we get a bunch of goals, but St. Cloud Apollo came back strong, and we were in for a fight.
I can just have this picture of you talking to your players and saying, all you need to do is run as fast as you can, control the ball, avoid the people chasing you, and put it in the net.
You're exactly right.
Okay, coach.
Yeah,
whatever.
They kind of look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
But it's one of those things where everybody plays a different position because they have different skill sets, and Edie and Aubrey are up top, and besides being fast, they both have a great touch on the ball, and we're pretty lucky to have two forwards like that.
Yeah. So you're down 2-1. Okay, you score early, they take the lead, and then you got a break at the end of the half and capitalized on it.
Yeah, we started putting some pressure on and mounting the pressure. We found ourselves inside the 18, and there was an inadvertent handball, but inside the 18, I mean, it's going to be called. And probably one of the best parts of the season. I always take like just little parts of things, and we got the PK called, for us, and Ava Eklund just went and picked up the ball. I didn't have to yell out there, Ava, take the PK. She knew that she was taking the shot. She knew that where she was going with the ball before she even sat the ball down on the PK dot, and she pounded it home. And in a season where you have some struggles, you take those little things like she showed ownership, she showed control, she showed focus, she showed confidence that she was the one that was to take the shot. And it was extremely satisfying, not only for her to score the goal and not only for her teammates to have earned the opportunity to score the goal, but even as coaches to see something as simple as that, but also to be able to be done.
So when you did that, tied the game, you get into halftime, what was your conversation with the girls at halftime after that, the way that half played out?
The conversation was a little bit stern, just simply because we controlled the play. We had the opportunities, but the focus wasn't there in the first half. We were playing just on skill, and we were playing on just whether or not it turned out, it was going to turn out, or if it wasn't, it wasn't. And we needed to change that attitude. So we just talked about, going out and playing the best 40 minutes we could in the second half, and that we would have some opportunities because we would have the wind at our back a little bit. So there was a few adjustments we would have to make in reference to having that wind behind us, because a lot of times then the ball will get too far out in front, and the goalkeeper for Apollo wouldn't be able to come out and grab it. So we talked about a few strategic things, but most of all, we talked about just understanding that this is a game that we will win, and we're in it, and we have 40 minutes to prove ourselves, and to go out there and just play a better 40 minutes than we did in the first half, and that's exactly what the girls did.
Yeah, shut them out over the last 40 minutes on their home field, and then Ava got the game winner. How did that goal develop?
Well, that was a little bit of chaos. We had subbed out numerous players, Ava Eklund being one of them. Ava didn't get the message, and so we noticed that Coach Hicks noticed that we had 12 players on the field at one time, so we had to sneak Kinsey Zender off the side of the field. She was the closest one to us. Reset, and then we did hold some pressure, and then we got a direct kick called for us. And it was about 30 yards out. It was a decent ways off the goal line, and Ava Eklund stayed out there since we manufactured a sub with Kinsey, and Ava just absolutely pounded it up into the upper right-hand corner from about 30 yards out. It was a great goal. It was just it was completely on a line. There was nothing that the Apollo goalie could have done about it, and that just really amped the girls up, and they were so excited, and they just they finished the game on a huge run. So.
Yeah, very satisfying win for the Otters. Then the trip back to St. Cloud Thursday wasn't nearly as satisfying.
No, the final score was definitely something that none of us were very proud of. However, I will say that the first half of the game, the first 40 minutes of the game, was probably our best 40 minutes that we had played against anybody all year. St. Cloud Tech is a very, very talented team. They have a Miss Soccer candidate. And she got her goals against us, but they tried to work the ball inside on us, and we had a pretty good formation set up for them in reference to the game plan, and they really couldn't penetrate getting past our stoppers and our defense. And so the first half ended 2-1. We were down 2-1. It was 1-1 at one time. And they got one late on us, and we went into the locker room and we were pleased. I mean, every player on the team that had seen time on the field was focused. Their effort was high. Their compete level was as high as we had seen all year. This was a really good team we were playing against. And with that being said, St. Cloud Tech made some adjustments also, and they stopped trying to score from inside, and they started taking shots from 25, 30 yards out, and they have shot makers. I mean, that's why they were 5-1 going into the game, and now 6-1. They have shot makers, and they could hit these 30 to 35 yard shots from outside, and they would just kind of loop over the head of Ava Thompson. Nothing Ava could do about it. I mean, she was back on the goal line. She was playing it perfect. These were just grade A shots from very good players. And unfortunately, against a good team like that, you get scored on 2 times or something, and you dip your head for a second, and a good team sees you dip your head, and then they pop another one. And that's what Tech did. So, yeah, our second 40 minutes wasn't what we had hoped for, but our first 40 minutes showed our girls that we can go up against anybody. And if we just say this is 2 high school teams battling and we're not going to get pushed around, we can stay in it with anybody.
At Ricori Tuesday, and then you come home to host Albany on Saturday afternoon this week, and we're getting toward the end, aren't we, here?
It goes fast.
Yeah, not much time left here. Soccer season wraps up in, mid-October. So, yeah, everybody staying healthy for you?
We have a lot of nicks and little pains. We have a lot of blisters on the feet still. And that's causing some issues. We have some knees that are not feeling great. Left knee here, right knee there. But otherwise, as far as we got Julia Aguilar back, which has been a huge contribution to our team. Having one of your captains being out for 2-3 weeks is so difficult, not only on the captain but also on the team. Just missing that leadership out there. And now that we got both Ava and Julia back, we're full strength up there at our senior position. So, I mean, we're lucky to have the quality of kids that we have. We're lucky to have the character of the kids that we have. And I think the kids are pretty lucky to have some of the coaching, and these assistants of mine are pretty special. They really do a wonderful job with the girls, and I'm really proud of everybody.
Awesome, Ben. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy this September golf, too, when you get a chance, right?
All right, thank you.
All right. Ben Juergens, head coach of the Otter Girls Soccer Team, joining us here on our Coaches Show. And we're here every Saturday morning during the fall and winter season. A little break between seasons for a couple of weeks, but join us at 8 o'clock again next week on our YouTube channel, the KBRF YouTube channel, or on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Remember, the Spartans play on channel 977 FM at AM 1020 today at 3 against Vermilion. Bison at 1 on Real Rock Z103. Vikings tomorrow at noon on Real Rock Z103. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
News, talk, sports, and ag information. News Talk 1250 AM KBRF.